And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Brooklyn.
On display. This guy just beating everyone to the ball.
Harden the pass to Jordan. He kicks it to Durant. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Kevin Durant makes that dunk look easy. He's so big, you can't do anything about it.
Now Lillard. Passes to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Shot clock at 6. Powell, no one around him, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Absolutely critical that Norman Powell expand his range. The more he makes that three, the more the floor opens up. Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter, and obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end, and that to me was his best performance to date.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Covington passes to Hollis Jefferson. The alley-oop layup, very well done.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
And with Powell, they rely on his shooting to open things up for everyone else.
Yeah, and for Norman Powell, he knows what he's about and welcomes that role. This is a guy who understands how to relocate in the midst of plays to create separation from defenders. He's always ready at catch-and-shoot situations.
The shot by Powell, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. The Nets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Harden dishes to Jordan. Back to Harden. Brown the pass to Durant. And KD throws it down.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Nurkic the pass to Lillard. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lillard's got his second basket of the game.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Now here's Harden. Pass to Jordan. The kick out to Brown. The Nets working the ball around now. It's Harden with the drive, and Harden with the stuff.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. I love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Lillard with it, picked up by Harris. Back to Lillard. Portland needs to get off a shot. Stolen by Harden. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Brown dishes to KD. Again, the Nets for 2.
I'll tell you, he can make it look easy. That jump shot of Kevin Durant is automatic.
Lillard against Harden. Puts it up. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Brooklyn trailing. Right side, Kevin Durant. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Brooklyn shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
Well, how about the 2008 NBA draft? DeAndre Jordan becomes the 35th pick and becomes an all-star for the first time in 2017. Boy, really an example of what can happen when you put the work in.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Trailing by 2. Simons the pass to McCollum. Kicks it to Anthony. To the paint. Here's Jones. Over to the wing. 4 on the shot clock. Cantor dishes to Anthony. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Griffin leading the charge. And on the way from Irving for 3.
Well, you have to like that Cantor gets active on the defensive end. This is the area of his game.
At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Nets lead by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the...
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, of course.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. Irving is out there with Brown. And it's Green, then there's Griffin, and it's Claxton in at the 4. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Boy, that's Kyrie right there. He draws so much defensive attention. Guys want to be physical with him, but this guy able to take contact so well for his size.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
McCollum outside. Bucket is good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The Nets with the lead. Irving passes to Griffin. Irving looking over the floor. Back to Griffin. Shoots over Cantor. And that one hits back iron.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
It's blocked. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Anthony finds McCollum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Green. The kick out to Irving. Lets it go from 11. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Oh, you can't give Carmelo Anthony a lane to attack like that.
And here's Irving. From the arc. And Cantor pulls it down.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Anthony, the pass to Cantor. The wide open look here for Anthony. Another shot. Oh, that's blocked. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for C.J. McCollum. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Joe Harris is checked in for Landry Shamet. And James Harden subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Norman Powell's checked in for Anthony Simons. And the Nets making a change here as well. Bruce Brown He's checked in for Jeff Green. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Harden.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Here's Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Some power coming from the PG.
Ah, that's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Lillard. 8 points for him. The dish to Nurkic. Harden against Lillard. 6 to shoot. Floats it up there for Nurkic.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Harden scanning the floor. Inside. Nurkic with the block. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Jordan. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Harden outside. Puts up a 3. Doesn't go for him. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Tries from 10. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Harden the pass to Jordan. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Nets have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going. And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Here's Hollis Jefferson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Hollis Jefferson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers. Harden outside. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so that's... Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Some good moments from both teams. And that does it for our half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Robert Covington out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Powell in at the 2-guard spot. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Nets trail by 9. Harden outside. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
And there's the pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Lillard's got 12 points in the game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Powell kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Powell dishes to Lillard. Back to Powell. Up again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. 6 points for him.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Harden has a wide open look. And again, unable to change momentum here. Trailblazers leading by 13. Hollis Jefferson, good. Hollis Jefferson's got his second bucket tonight. Greg, is a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Up top, Brown, covered by Lillard. And it's Brown missing.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Brooklyn making some changes. Here's Simons, covered by Irving. Simons, the pass to Jones. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Basket, good. Jones has got his first points of the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And so Green will bring it up for Brooklyn. They're scoreless since the first half. Stolen by McCollum. Here's Jones. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Timeout called, the Nets.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
Nets trail by 21. Irving double team. Green finds Irving. Looking to end the run, and he hits the jump shot.
The evolution of Kyrie Irving's game continues. Magnificent with the jumper.
Now here's McCollum. He's covered by Shamet. Outside Anthony. We've got 1:28 left to play in the third. And the basket by McCollum.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Outside Irving. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Irving's got 6.
Boy, it's rare for a point guard to do as much damage on the interior as Kyrie Irving. You've got to guard him in there.
Pass to Jones. 55 seconds left in the third. Just 5 to shoot. All sorts of time. That one a little long. Nets trail by 19. Here's Shamet. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's his first foul. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Lillard's checked in. Then for the Nets, Durant's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Landry Shamet. The Blazers on offense. They're on a 17-6 run. He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here. The first one falls.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Brown comes in for Jeff Green. And James Harden subbed in for Irving.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot. But right now, this guy is cooking.
Outside, Jones. This is to Cantor. Back to Jones. Pass to Simons. Here's Cantor. Tries again. And the layup is good. Cantor's got his second basket of the night.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
And so it's Portland with a 19-point advantage heading in. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Setting the floor for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant. Then there's Irving. Then there's Harris. And it's Harden in at the point. Lillard with it. He's picked up by KD. Outside Covington. Powell, the pass to Kanter. Now here's Lillard. Anthony finds Covington. Good work defensively by Harden.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Count that one.
How about the ability to slice through the defense, muscle through the shot? KD, go ahead, sir.
Lillard against Harden. Covington in the corner. Kanter, the pass to Powell. Anthony down low. Harris is there. They get it again. The feed now to Carmelo. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And the Trailblazers lead by 19. Outside, KD. Shoots over Covington. KD with the bucket. KD's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. Feeds to Covington. There's the three. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Lillard finds Kanter. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Anthony and the pass to Covington. Off target with the open look. Nets trail by 19. Here's Jordan. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, DeAndre Jordan's a problem because if he gets that close, you know the defense has to commit to him.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Jones comes in for Robert Covington. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. The Nets also changing it up. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Brown in for Kyrie Irving. Passes it to Jones. And the layup's good off the glass.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
It's Harden with the drive. Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Lobs it up for Anthony. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and the dunk by Jordan.
Well, we've seen this one or two times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
Stolen by Harden. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Goes up, and the jam by Harden.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And Nurkic gets it to go.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Trailblazers.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Monday Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Jones. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. And it's Shamet missing.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Lillard from outside. A rebound by the Nets. In transition, here come the Nets. And there's Katie. That's good on the assist by Griffin.
Well, we know he's got takeover ability, and Kevin Durant is cooking right now.
Irving against Lillard. To the middle. And finished off by Nurkic.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
The shot's good from Griffin.
Well, Kyrie Irving has such a good sense of when his teammates are going to create an opportunity, and he puts the pass on time and on target.
Lillard from outside. Misses there. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's good. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. In this game, we'll see the Los Angeles and nothing to...
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Robert Covington, Damian Lillard out there with Norman Powell. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, we've got DeMarcus Cousins. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the point guard. Lillard with it. Leonard picks him up. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Morris, great positioning on the putback.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Lillard against Beverly. Chalk up 2 there.
And this team looking to get him the ball and get him in rhythm quickly.
Because he's someone that you lean on at the offensive end. Establish him early.
George with no one around. That doesn't go either for George.
And maybe it's the adrenaline talking, but they're 1 for 4 to start this game. Need to settle down.
And we're about 1.5 minutes into the first quarter. Now Lillard. 14 feet away, and there it is for him.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility, and boy, he can strike at any time.
Lillard against Beverly, down low, Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
And it's Lillard missing. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Leonard kicks to George. Shoots over Covington. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Proving how dangerous he is. Give George these looks, and he'll knock him down.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And a miss there on the triple.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
Here's Nurkic. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
Let's go. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it.
Oh,
yes. Goodness.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
1:30 left in the first quarter. And George kicks to Morris. Back to George. Just 5 on the clock. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
So comfortable in pick and roll. Paul George is a top-level ball handler who consistently makes the right play.
Now the pass to Lillard. Over Beverly. Lillard misses.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the first.
You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
Here's Leonard. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Lillard the pass to Powell. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Nurkic dishes to Powell. Pass to Lillard. Portland needs to get off a shot. Three-pointer. Good on the three-point shot. Lillard's got 9.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Outside Leonard. Nine feet out. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers lead by 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second.
Old school basketball, you know, and it's fun and it's light. Fans deserve it on both sides.
Now, pound for pound, Greg Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
They've got Jackson. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Rondo in at the 1. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. The first free throw is good.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. And a switch here also for Portland. McCollum's checked in. Here's Jackson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
And it's Anthony with the jam.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Passes it to Zubac. Jackson looking it over. The shot, no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Here's Anthony. And oh boy, a lot of contact. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Cantor, and he banks in the layup.
And really inside the paint is where Cantor thrives. His dominant approach lets him just own that space.
And here's Kennard. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Jackson passes to Batum. Now Kennard. And the Clippers miss again. Here's Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that. Beasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Back to Jackson. 1:35 left now here in the second.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
It's McCollum on the wing. Pass to Simons. McCollum against Kennard. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers.
Never seems to shy away from playing in attack mode. McCollum likes to keep the pressure on the D.
There's the pass to Batum. Releases. No good off the back of the rim.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
And great ball movement from CJ. That's the unselfish play you want from your guards.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. He dishes it to Batum. Portland grabs the miss. It's McCollum on the wing. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Dead-eye shooting from them this quarter.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Right side, Batum. Los Angeles with another miss.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. Well, he's been an elite scorer for so long in the league. Jack, how does it... That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
I have to credit them for their patience offensively. They understood the matchup, and they took the necessary time to exploit it.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Portland, they've got Jones. Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. And that one's good, Anthony. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Clippers trail by 17. Here's Beverly. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. He kicks it to Cousins. To the middle. There's the double team with Covington with his first shot attempt. And that one's good. Cousins.
Finishing through contact, DeMarcus one of the best at it. Has the natural power and excellent body control.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 12. Up top, Covington lets it go from deep. And it's Lillard missing for Los Angeles. They've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Beverly. Leonard's got 6.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
Lillard outside. Here's Anthony. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Morris. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And George with the stuff.
And this is how you score in transition. And Paul George, you just have to appreciate his hustle.
Beverly against Lillard. Pass to Powell. Anthony in the corner over Morris. Offensive rebound. Clippers trail by 11. And now the Clippers on the break. George has got the ball and out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And Los Angeles with some changes. Kennard, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Passes it to Covington. It's Powell on the wing. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Trailblazers leading by 9.
And Smitty with LeBron getting into his late 30s. KD coming off the Achilles. For your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Pass to Batum. We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter. Kennard for 3. That shot missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And it's Jones with the ball for Portland. Simons surveying the D. Jones in the post. Here's Anthony. Back to Jones. They could use a bucket. 6 on the shot clock. Anthony's shot is off.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Here's Mann. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
What I like during this run, they paid incredible attention to the details at both ends. That needs to continue.
Collin passes to Simons. The dish to Cantor. Plays it up and banks it in.
That's good planning, and that's good execution. And that's a great look.
Clippers trail by 8. Jackson with it. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The Clippers shooting well, 50% from the floor. Batum is out there with Kennard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Rondo in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Cousins inside. He's against Cantor. Back to Cousins. Over Cantor. And he can't bank that one in. Trailblazers leading by 8. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Jackson passes to Cousins. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got his 5th rebound in this one. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Morris is checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. George is checked in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. Beverley feeling it out a bit. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Patrick Beverley likes to play aggressive, plays at a high pace, nice finish off contact.
The pass to Simons. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this 4th quarter. McCollum outside. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
And Beverley kicks to George. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game. And
thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious. Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Yep, it counts.
This is what you get from Cousins, a big man who can catch, face up, and deliver.
McCollum against George. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. And Cantor throws it down.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Wande Hollis Jefferson comes in for Derek Jones. Powell, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And stolen by Lillard. Lobs it up for Cantor. Lillard finds Cantor, and he lobs it up toward the rim. It's not going to go for him. Clippers trail by 14. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach to get to the pass, and the great hands on the catch.
And a deep three from Lillard. He can't get that one, so the Clippers will take it the other way. And stolen by Lillard. Left side, Covington. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Trailblazers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Lillard.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm. And that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
From deep, George. And Cantor pulls it down.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And the dunk by Covington.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
That's good from Beverly.
Patrick Beverly is a tone setter. Someone who doesn't back down from anyone. I admire his confidence.
20 seconds left in the fourth. Well, this one is winding down now. Portland can watch the clock run out. From past the arc, the Clippers grab the miss. To the inside. Outside for Batum. Misses the shot. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big mark. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. Up next, thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports. And a look at the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
And the Clippers starting five. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Morris in at the power forward. And for Brooklyn, we've got Brown. Green is out there with Jordan. And it's Durant, and it's Harden in at the point.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
They kick it out to Green. Harden outside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Durant wide open. He fires. No good on the triple. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Oh, what a play! Woo!
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
He gets it in there. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Well, he's capable of scoring from anywhere. Durant's size and touch make him a prime-time threat inside.
Pass to George. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That is his first foul of the game. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Beverley against Harden. Beverley dishes to Cousins.
Jordan is such a defensive presence. Really key that he stays engaged at that end of the floor.
Brown with it. George picks him up. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Shoots over Brown. That one rolling around and rims out.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
And now the Clippers on the break. Leonard's got the ball. And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. Harris is checked in for Jeff Green. Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. Here's George. Shot clock at 6. Lays it up off the glass.
I love the activity. George is not just a perimeter player, folks. You can depend on him down low, too.
Harden scanning the floor. Durant in the corner. Now the pass to Jordan. Harris, right side. And the rejection by Cousins.
Well, I love when Cousins uses his reach and strength to stymie shooters. Nice positioning on defense there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Brown. And Irving subbed in for James Harden.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Rondo passes to Zubac. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. Right. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
The Nets making a switch here. Shamet's checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Mann's checked in. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the player, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
A shot by Batum, no good. The Nets have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Pass to Irving. There's the dish to Harris. Back to Irving. Goes up from the top of the key. Rebound by the Clippers. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Jackson's got the ball. Kennard on the wing. Here's Mann. Kept alive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Irving for 3. Oh, he gets it to go. Wow.
It counts.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter.
I think you get a lot of teams' best shot.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And there's Jackson, and it's Mann in at the 3. Landry Shamet's checked in for Brooklyn. And a wide open look for Irving. Here's Griffin. Cans it from short range. Griffin's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
Griffin against Zubac. Back to Beverly. Clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Batum. He makes the Johnny from the left block. Batum's got his first points in this one.
The timing by Batum. Really good at recognizing when to fire off the catch.
Irving passes to Griffin. Irving looking over the floor. And he makes that one.
I think Kyrie is really frustrating for the defense because he makes it look so easy and his shot is so natural.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Beverly, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Irving against Beverly. Irving passes to Griffin. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
George against Harden. Pulls it up. Deflects the pass. Leonard with the steal. And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. It's George on the wing. He's covered by Brown. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And KD's got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. He gets that one.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Beverly, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And one thing about Beverly, he's not just nasty on defense. He's great at getting the defense to rough him up on the other end, too.
Both free throws good from Beverly. 1:57 left in the first half. And here's Harden. No points in the game yet for him. There's the feed to Jordan. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Morris. And no good, trying to use the glass. The Nets have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Here's KD. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. George passes to Beverly. Back to George. Ring shot on the way. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. George has got the game tied up here for the Clippers. Now Harden kicks it to Brown. Jordan the pass to Durant. From the line, good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
George passes to Morris. Dishes it to Cousins. George, that's a 2-pointer. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. George has got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Harden against George. Harden the pass to Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. Shot clock at 5. Over George. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job at the box out.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that go into rebounding, guys. You need strength, you need positioning, but I think timing and a nose for the ball, most important. And I think you're right. That's what got him that call, his physicality and strength.
So that'll be it for the first. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. And for the Clippers, and that.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Green. Brown out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan. And it's Durant in at the small forward position.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively. But quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
Jeff Green on the wing. Back to Brown. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Releases. Durant, no good. The Clippers in the lead. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game, because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
And Leonard has it in the corner. It's stolen by Green. And now we've got the intentional foul. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. Landry Shamet's checked in for Brown. And it's Kyrie Irving in for James Harden. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. And Beverly kicks to Morris. Cousins inside, defended by Griffin. And foul on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
That ties it up. Irving's got 11 points.
All Irving needs is just a little room to convert, and he's good to go.
Irving against Beverly. Outside, George. Launches it. No good on that one. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Shamet on the wing. Harris outside. He dishes it to Griffin. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And Brooklyn has possession. Irving with it. George picks him up. And it's sent back by George.
Well, I tell you what, Paul George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in his stance so he can come up with rejections and deflection.
Durant's checked in for Landry Shamet. The Clippers also changing it up. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Jackson comes in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And that's an intentional foul. The Nets making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. And the Clippers making a change here. Outside Irving. Passes to Jordan. And the rejection by Zubac. It's tipped. Pass to Kennard. 52 seconds left here in the third quarter. Man can't hit. And for the Nets, they're shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Jordan at the elbow. It's good. Jordan's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And the pass to Kennard. Here's Mann, who's covered by Irving. Zubac against Jordan. Can they get it? And he sinks the layup. Mann's got his first basket.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Irving. 11 points in the game. Here's Mann. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Tie game in Brooklyn. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Here is Harden. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, we've got DeMarcus Cousins. Batum is out there with Kennard. And there's Jackson. And it's Rondo in at the point. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
I don't think there's anybody better than Harden at converting through contact. Superb in that area because he's crafty, he's strong, and he's skilled.
Clippers trail by 3. Outside Jackson. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. He kicks to Green. Inside. It's hauled in by Zubac.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Here's Mann, guarded by Harris. Pass to Zubac. Over Harris. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Harden the pass to Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
Hey, we know Harden can score, but he also has great vision.
The Clippers trail. Jackson with it. And it's Harden picking him up. Out to the wing. Mann passes to Jackson. Here's Zubac. Shot clock at 6. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And Nicholas Batum with the slam.
And Batum throwing it down with ease.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Jackson against Harden. Left side, Jordan. Green deciding where to go with it. Harden right side. Misses off the right iron. For Los Angeles, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Jackson against Harden. Now, here's Kennard. He's guarded closely. Batum shoots from the baseline. Here's Zubac. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in. Zubac has got 4 points this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Kevin Durant comes in for Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. A shot by George, wide open. It's stolen by Green. Durant kicks to Irving. The three-pointer, no good. Clippers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Here's George over to the left wing. Here's Beverly. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Man, I tell you, you really have to appreciate how much Beverly hustles. He plays hungry and with an edge. He's skilled, though, on both ends of the floor in addition to that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. And it's James Harden in for Brown. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Both free throws good from Griffin. 1:21 left in the fourth quarter. KD against Leonard. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Some solid defense there from KD. Irving passes to Claxton. Outside Durant. To take the lead. And again, it's the Nets missing. And Los Angeles guys shooting 57% in this fourth quarter. Morris. Money!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
A shot by Harden, wide open. It counts. And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
Man, they're getting a fantastic effort from James Harden right now.
Back to George. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Cousins. Off target at the rim. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Yes!
Got to make anybody besides Harden shoot the ball there. I mean, he doesn't feel the pressure. He embraces this stuff. It's right in his wheelhouse. Make somebody else shoot it.
George against Harden. Takes the three. The three won't fall. And they go to the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management, crucial at this time of the game.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 3-point lead. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. Just 2 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbound, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, James Harden.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions.
All right, David, thank you. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Lillard in at the point. And for Brooklyn, Joe Harris is out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Green. And it's KD in at the power forward. And the three off target.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Nurkic, banked in off the glass. Nurkic has got his team on the board to start the game for the Trailblazers. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too.
Well, there is continuous energy in DeAndre Jordan's play, really hustling on both ends and influencing those plays with that activity.
Now here's Lillard. Outside Covington. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
All-out effort all the time. Covington was undrafted, and he's worked his way into NBA minutes.
Here is Harden. The shot's good.
Great execution. Could not have asked for a better shot.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. 6 on the shot clock. To the paint. And stolen by Harris. Knocks it loose. Powell with the steal. Here's Lillard. Right side, Covington. Rebounded by the Nets. Knocked loose. Powell, no one around him. No good with the triple. The Nets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Green inside, working on Nurkic. Left side Harris. Outside KD. 5 on the clock. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Anticipating the contact there and toughness through that play, Durant is not afraid to attack the defense.
Lillard scanning the floor. Jordan against Nurkic. Kicks to Powell. Floats it up there for Nurkic. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And Harden with the stuff.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Now here's Lillard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Powell dishes to Nurkic. Powell, the pass to Nurkic. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Green. It's Durant on the wing. Defended by Covington. Harris dishes to Jordan. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call. Portland the foul.
Well, the D cannot handle DJ right now. A gigantic guy on the inside who's going to get those calls most of the time.
Brooklyn making some changes. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Durant. Brown comes in for Jeff Green. And Irving subbed in for Joe Harris. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in for Norman Powell. Now here's Brown. On the wing, Irving. The high post shot. That one wide left.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Throws it down as the official, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the...
How can we be the best version of ourselves individually?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Yeah, they were going right at the opponent here. And
you knew something good was coming, Kevin, right?
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
The pass to Anthony. Back to Lillard. Over Harden. Kicks it out to Jones. 6 to shoot. Anthony down low. Can't connect from short range.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Portland trailing here. Lillard. And Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Harden surveying the D. The kick out to Brown. Shot from 12. And Jones pulls it down. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Down low. And the jam by Harden.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Jumps up, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Melo getting up there at 6'8", rising up and getting to the rim for the throwdown.
Harden right side. Shot from 12. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Lillard outside. He kicks to Jones. Lillard against Harden. From deep three-point range. And it's Lillard missing. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Here's Irving. And again, it's Brooklyn converting. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on. Here's Cantor. Rebounded by the Nets. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
And the shot goes down.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Trailblazers trail by 8. Lillard outside to halt the run. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Jeff Green is checked in for Brown. And Joe Harris is subbed in for James Harden. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block. And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Powell for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Powell's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Jordan finds Irving. They kick it out to Green. To the inside. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Green. Jordan's got 5.
Look how focused DeAndre Jordan is on those finishes through the contact.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. What a play. Simply drains it in. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. James Harden led the way in the first half. He ended up with 15 points, and as great as James Harden, and that.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Durant is out there with Green. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Harden, and it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Outside for Durant. Shoots over Powell. KD can't get it to go. Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Hollis Jefferson, and he drops it in from the low post. Hollis Jefferson's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Trailblazers. Harden outside, trying to find Green. He's got it now. Out to Harris. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists in the game.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Powell, the pass to Hollis Jefferson.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Portland shooting their first free throws of the game. And the first one drops. And so he makes both from the line. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Harden kicks to Green. Kicks it out to Harden. Back to Green. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Jordan with the bucket.
But with the physical tools he has, Jordan's presence in the paint looms very large, and he knows to live there.
Powell finds Nurkic. Back to Powell. Lillard against Harden. From deep. And it's Lillard missing.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out trying to win this game.
For 3, Durant. No good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Covington passes to Powell. A three-pointer is right on target. Powell's got 6.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Harden against Powell. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist from Harden. Jordan's got 4 this quarter.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Floats it up there for Nurkic. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Harden dishes to Jordan. Back to Harden. 1:57 left to play here in the third. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
And that touch Harden has, making the floater look so effortless coming off his fingertips.
Lillard way outside. And another 3 for Portland.
Oh, that's a real nice looking deep 3-ball there.
Harden kicks to Jordan. On the wing, Harris. Harden outside. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Nets lead by 5.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Harris against Powell. Nurkic with it. He's got 6. To the middle. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Nurkic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Harden the pass to Harris. Harden left side. Durant kicks to Harden. On the wing, Harris. Over in the corner, Green for 3. Rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 3. 11 feet away. Hollis Jefferson finds Nurkic. Back to Hollis Jefferson. Lillard outside. For the tie. Oh, to beat the clock. God, what a play!
That is fun.
Tie game in Brooklyn. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th, Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Jones. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. Brown the pass to Irving.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
You know, we talk a lot about the bully ball that Carmelo can play with on display that time.
That free throw good from Anthony. Here's Irving. Down low, Griffin. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
You have to do better than that. Griffin is a pro at muscling in those difficult shots.
Cullen passes to Kanter. Here's Simons. Anthony kicks to Kanter. Back to Anthony. Goes up. And it's Shamet with the rebound.
That's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
On the wing, Irving. Stolen by Kanter. Anthony looking it over. Takes a 3. Portland no good that time either.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
The kick out to Irving. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. Brown outside. Back to Griffin. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Trailblazers leading by 4. Passes it to Powell. And they pick up 2.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
And here is Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
Love the way Durant just goes after the jugular there. He's used to nailing those game changers.
Lillard left side. Plenty of space. Rebound, Brooklyn.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Green passes to Durant. No one on him, and he makes the easy one. And now just a 2-point Portland lead.
What a nice touch from KD. There's no spot on the floor where he doesn't feel confident from.
And a deep three from Lillard. And it's Durant with the rebound. KD's got 4 rebounds in this game. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Durant with the steal. 52 seconds left to play in the final quarter. To tie it up. Powell pulls it in. Lillard outside. To the inside. It's stolen by Green.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Nope. Every opportunity here have to have flawless execution.
Lillard against Harris. Lillard the pass to Jones. Lillard outside. Back to Jones. And the miss. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. And coming to you today from Portland, Oregon, on the banks of the beautiful Willamette River, and the Clippers starting five. They've got Ivica Zubac, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Morris in at the 4. And for the Trailblazers, Wande Hollis Jefferson out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. The shot by George, no good.
Defensive breakdown, and they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
Basket counts. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
Morris passes to George. And the rebound by Nurkic.
That's a shot they're always happy to give, even when he blows the finish.
Outside, Covington. Lillard against Jackson. Lillard, the pass to Covington. Morris with the block.
Oh, just fantastic defense for Morris, getting right in the face of the shooter and coming up with the rejection.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Trailblazers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Inside. Kicks it out to Lillard. 5 to shoot. Offline with his 3. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. George, no good. Throws it up high, and it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Here's Leonard. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Morris with the rebound. The Clippers have gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. All alone. And he gets the jumper to drop.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put it in.
Leonard attacking. That shot off, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Feeds to Covington. It's Nurkic, top of the key. Now here's Hollis Jefferson. He's covered by Leonard. Jackson gets the bucket.
And Jackson is a genius at finishing on his drives. He just has so many tricks up his sleeve.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Pass to Powell. This one for three. The Trailblazers rebound. Back to Lillard. A second chance effort. And that one drops for him. Lillard's got his second bucket of the night.
You better play up on Lillard at all times, especially when the pass is coming his way. You got to know he's ready to shoot once he catches it.
The pass to Zubac. Covington against Morris. Clippers moving the ball around. Zubac the pass to Morris. Covington with the steal. One-on-one here. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Now here's Jackson. Outside, George. Back to Jackson. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Outside, Jones. To the middle. It's deflected. Here's Anthony. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
They decided to pound the ball inside, using their physicality to set the tone.
And so it's Portland going into the break with a 10-point lead. What a defensive effort. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, governing the split-second chance opportunities. I mean, that's what has them in the lead right now.
Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Jones. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. And they double up Cousins. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on C.J. McCollum. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
So Anthony nails both of them.
Oh, not many players with a more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Beverly.
Well, that's what they want to see out of Beverly. Decisive basketball. Nice, aggressive drive to the cup.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Fires for three. He kicks it to Jones. And the rejection by Cousins.
And one of the things Cousins has continued to develop, his defense. Really makes an effort to swat that shot away.
Beverly up top. He is guarded by McCollum. And it's Beverly missing. Trailblazers leading by 12. Lobs it up for Cantor.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And it's Beverly missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Simons, the pass to Carmelo. Over Kennard. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Clippers trail by 14. And here's Beverly.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Oh, just off his game. Forcing a few shots, not letting the game come to him naturally.
Makes it off the glass.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And it's Anthony at the elbow. 1:53 left to play here in the half. And a wide open look for McCollum. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 14.
Now, that's a staple of Cantor's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
Kennard finds Beverly. Now Cousins. Good on the bucket.
You got to do more than that to keep the ball out of his hands down low.
Oh, they must ramp up the effort level, the intensity level. They're making it too easy for him out there.
Here's Simons. Back to McCollum. Jones dishes to McCollum. Off target from outside.
You got to give him credit for his confidence. I mean, he hasn't hit a single shot this quarter, but he still keeps firing.
It's good.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. They've led by as many as 14 points. Tries it from 19. Cantor. And Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got 10.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Beverly, the pass to Mann. Back to Beverly. Rebounded by McCollum.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Jones slams it home.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Beverly. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. Got to get the whole team pumped up.
Pass to Simons. Here's Cantor. It's tipped.
And Batum has arms that go on for...
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, Portland was looking great right away. Their mission to dominate early was accomplished. And that's our...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic so far from Enes Kanter.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, you must try to match his energy level first and foremost. But right now, he's just out hustling guys to the ball.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Reggie Jackson. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's George in at the 2 spot. And that one is good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Trailblazers leading by 12. Pass to Powell. Launches a 3. They get it back. Nurkic kicks to Hollis Jefferson. No good on the 3.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open 3 like that.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Outside, George. Clock at 6. And he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you. The option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
And the layup's good off the glass. Nurkic has got 6 here in this quarter. Clippers trail by 14. Outside, George. Oh, Morris in position. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Lillard from deep three-point land. It's hauled in by George. And Los Angeles guys shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Here's Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Morris has got his first points of the night.
How about the strength of Morris, shrugging off the D and nailing the shot?
Lillard dishes to Powell. Back to Lillard. Over Jackson. Lillard the pass to Powell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. Rebound by the Clippers.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Wow, the speed of Lillard. So masterful at making decisions in the fast break situations.
From deep, George. He can't hit that time. And it's Portland the other way. Hollis Jefferson kicks to Powell. Fires from deep. Tips it, and it's Lillard on the follow. Lillard's got 8 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
George, no good. Portland leading by 16. There's Hollis Jefferson, and it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
And I like what I see from Covington. I mean, he just doesn't look to shoot. He's good at passing, too.
And George with the stuff.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. And here are the Trailblazers now. There's 42 seconds left to play in the third. Lillard the pass to Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Good luck at trying to guard Lillard. When he's involved in the pick and roll, he enjoys shredding the deep in his passing.
Outside Jackson. Back to Zubac. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And a deep three from Lillard. Morris with the rebound.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Yusuf Nurkic has been on display for the Portland Trailblazers. He notched 8 points. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Clippers trail by 14. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, we've got Anthony. Also Enes Kanter out there. Derek Jones is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2 guard.
The jumper of Lillard, you better respect it, because he gets it off so effortlessly.
Rondo passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Here's Simons. Kennard covering. Back to Lillard. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Once he turned it on, he became a force in this game. Not sure what this guy was in the first half.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Powell's checked in. Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rondo looking over the floor. Over Lillard. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Lillard against Beverley. Lillard dishes to Jones. Kicks it to Anthony. Shoots from 14. Kanter, the pass to Jones. Back to Kanter. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Powell, that's good.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
Over in the corner, Beverley. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
And in that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
From deep three-point range, and Kanter able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 19.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
Rondo gets the bucket. Rondo's got his first points of the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Lillard against Rondo. Kanter dishes to Lillard. Back to Kanter. Shoots over Zubac. The shot by Lillard wide open. From deep. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not so unlucky 13 shots.
Star just keeps rising for Damian Lillard. Heck of a talent with tremendous range.
Here's Rondo. Zubac trying to break loose. And that one is off. Excellent D from Kanter. Powell finds Lillard. From deep. Batum grabs the miss. Clippers trail by 20. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And there it is for him. Beverly's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, this is why Kennard's teammates appreciate him. He's good at sharing the wealth when they're uncovered.
And a deep three from Lillard. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Trailblazers.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession, we watched them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Damian Lillard.
They needed someone to do the heavy lifting tonight, and he was their man, scoring every way he knows how.
56 seconds left in the game. And that one, good.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it, and that's a shame.
Lillard outside. Powell, the pass to Carmelo. Shot clock at 6. Cantor dishes to Anthony. Batum with the steal. Here's Kennard. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, watch out. Luke Kennard cleared for takeoff.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Lillard against Rondo. Now here's Lillard. Tight defense on him. Portland needs to get off a shot. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
From deep three-point range, misses. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps. The bright lights and tall buildings of downtown Los Angeles. So the next starting five. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan. And it's Durant. And it's Green in at the four-man position. And for Los Angeles, we've got DeMarcus Cousins. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the two-guard spot. Now here's... Hold on!
Kevin, you got to buckle up on that one. Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
Here's George. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Rebound by the Clippers.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Here's George. Following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Outside, Green. On the wing, Harden. For the three. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, 3 for 4 now. I like the pace for them on offense.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Here's Leonard. Buries it down low.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Irving finds Jordan. Harden with it. Guarded now by Morris. And it's Harden slamming it down.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
The three from George. Cousins, the pass to George. The three. A shot, no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
Nobody near Irving. A three-pointer off the mark.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
To the paint and stolen by Cousins. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Slammed home and he dropped. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Irving finds Harris. Kennard against Irving. Passes to Claxton. And the rejection by Jackson. Offside Rondo. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
Outside Irving. 1:06 left to play here in the first. That one goes in.
Difficult guarding Kyrie. He's comfortable from any range and willing to take what the defense gives him.
Rondo passes to Kennard. Irving against Rondo. Good D by Irving.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Brown the pass to Claxton. Irving for three. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Here's Rondo. 2 points. That one goes. Rondo's got his second bucket.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Irving. The baseline jumper goes down.
Kyrie sprung free on that pick and roll. Trying to stick with him is easier said than done.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Harris against Kennard. Now, here is Irving. Claxton. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Kyrie attracts so much attention, it frees his teammates up.
Got it up. He can't get it to go. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Nets lead by... And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it...
This game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Brown. Also, Landry Shamet is out there. Joe Harris is out there with Griffin. And it's Claxton in at the 4 spot. Now, here's Shamet. Down low. Here's Griffin, and finished off by Griffin.
Griffin is just fearless. I mean, a guy who is not scared of anything. That was ridiculous.
I mean, hard to fathom that Blake Griffin is becoming one of the more prolific three-point shooters among NBA big men.
Greg, it was a shot he barely attempted through his first 6 seasons in the league. Now he's made it a key part of his arsenal.
They get it back, and the dunk by Zubac.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
And the Nets with possession here after the Clippers pick up 2. Harris passes to Claxton, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
Pass to Kennard. From outside the arc, it's hauled in by Brown. The Nets with the lead. And here's Harris from the arc. Claxton, great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, just a terrific job of just staying with it. Nice.
Outside, Batum. Here's Jackson, and it's denied. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Up top, Zubac. Kennard for 3. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. In the corner, Shamet with it. That 3 off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Man, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Brown finds Harris. Griffin with it. Back to Harris. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Clippers trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
Here's Irving. He dishes it to Jordan. Back to Irving. 3-pointer. They get it again.
You've got to hand it to DeAndre. His relentless approach on the boards, paying dividends.
Clippers have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. George passes to Cousins. Back to George. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
He has gotten into a great rhythm here in this quarter, playing with just bundles of confidence.
Durant's checked in for Joe Harris. That free throw good from George.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
Harden against Morris. And Jeff Green, the bucket on the assist from Harden.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Irving against Beverly. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
When he's not shooting threes, you'll find Patrick Beverly at the rim.
And here is Irving. And the rejection by Cousins. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Here's KD. Gets the front of the rim and out. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a... All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5. And that...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
We've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Morris in at the power forward. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Count it. Harden's got 7 points in the game.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Leonard dishes to Cousins. From deep, George, good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. George has got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles. Outside Irving. Top of the key. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. He has 6. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Up top, Leonard. He has 6. And there's the pass to Cousins. Great D that time from Durant.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Now, here's George. 12 points for him. Leonard kicks to George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Strong take by Paul. He plays with great decisiveness.
Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. Here's Harden on the wing. From downtown. He's off on that one.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
George score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Luke Kennard comes in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Kennard kicks to Zubac. Pass to Mann. And here's Kennard. Over Brown. Kennard's shot is off. The Nets have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Griffin passes to Claxton. And Harris wide open. He shoots, and it's off from three-point range. Rejected by Harris, and they'll keep possession. Passes it to Mann. Shoots over Brown. Another shot, and it's off the back rim. No good. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Harris looking it over Rondo. Brown against Batum. Brown the pass to Griffin. Out to Harris. Clock at 4. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Mann, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
Now here's Griffin. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 6th rebound on the night. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Batum for the lead. Pass to Zubac. Lays it up off the glass. Zubac has got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Shamet the pass to Claxton. Harris with it. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Setting the floor for the Nets. You've got Irving. Jordan is out there with Green. Then it's Harden. And it's KD in at the 3 slot. Kennard against Harden. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. And then Durant with the jam. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. To the inside, and Jordan slams it in.
One of the most powerful dunkers in this league. DeAndre, though, showing off his creativity.
Harden against George. And Jordan sends it back.
Can't be careless with DeAndre is around. He slaps shots back with some real authority.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
Harden dishes to Jordan. Back to Harden. And Harden with the stop.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
And Beverly kicks to George. Floats it up for Cousins. That shot, no good.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
You know, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Leonard attacking and finished off by Leonard.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
Harden against George. Harden outside. Here's Irving. Up again. It's good on the putback. Jordan's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets.
You better get a body on him. When Jordan gets under the rim like that, he'll hurt you and the rim.
George looking over the floor. Feeds it to Cousins. And it's blocked by Jordan. And he's able to get it back. It's another look. Cousins, no good. Nets leading by 6. Lobs it up for Jordan. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Beverly. Tries again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of fouls.
The Nets making a switch here. Durant's checked in.
The lead's not looking as comfortable after those free throws. Nice job.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the 4th so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Irving kicks to Green. On the wing, Harden. Back to Green. Shot clock at 5. KD on the wing. Over Leonard. Cousins pulls it in.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
The dribble drive, yet another tool in Leonard's extensive arsenal, earns him a trip to the line.
Good on the first, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Luke Kennard comes in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets. 52 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Leonard against Durant.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Now Kennard. On deep. Come on. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. Kicks it out to Harden. Lets the 3 fly. The Clippers grab the miss. And here's Leonard from 3. And the Clippers miss again. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. A narrow. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.